Hi, it's Courtney from Fairway Financial Advice here. I'm here with Elise from Your Place Mortgage Broking.
Good morning.
And we're here to talk budgeting.
Exciting.
For us at least.
Yes, that's right.
So I guess one of the things we want to chat about today is why should I have a budget? So from a financial planning perspective, it might be a little bit different from mortgage broking. Having a budget allows you to keep track of your spending, obviously, but also you get an idea of paying off your debts quicker. So that allows you to, in turn, help build your wealth ideally quicker because you're seeing what money's coming in, you're seeing what money's coming out, you're paying off your debt, and then as you start to build your savings, you can be putting that money towards investments or into property. So
yes. Perfect segue. I like it. So from a broking perspective, budgeting is really important when it comes to your living expenses.
Yep.
So when you put an application into the banks, they want to understand what your living expenses are. Now, if you come to your broker and give them a very rough figure that's not actually accurate to what your living expenses are, you're going to get quite different figures between what you can actually borrow and what you think you can actually borrow. So it's important to be across what you actually spend so that you get things right for when it comes time to actually purchase a property. And a quick little tip that I like to give my clients there as well is once we've had a chat and worked out what your borrowing capacity is and therefore what you're looking at for potential repayments, start to budget and put away that loan repayment in savings. So if you're renting, obviously you've got to pay rent, so rent and savings, between those two figures you want to be putting aside what your actual loan repayment's going to be. It's a really good way to work out whether what you're working towards is going to be achievable or if it's going to be a bit uncomfortable and you need to move the goalpost a little bit essentially. So we know why you should have a budget. This is your area of expertise. So how do I start? How do I write a budget?
Yeah, so starting a budget may seem a little bit daunting. You know, nobody really wants to work out how much they're spending. On our Fairway Financial Advice website, we've got a knowledge centre.
Oh, awesome.
It's got a great budget planner. So that actually allows you to put in your income and you can also put in all your expenses, all your bills and how you're paying them monthly, weekly, fortnightly. And then it does all the calculations for you. So it's really good to get an idea of how much surplus your cash you had, ideally, or if you're, running a little bit low each month.
Yeah.
And then from that, it's going to be a really good tie-in to if you're going to purchase your home or even just wanting to revisit where you're at, seeing how much money you've got left over at the end of each month.
That's handy having a calculator that you can basically punch all your figures into once you've worked them out and see, are you running at a surplus or do you need to kind of tighten your belt a little bit?
Exactly. It keeps track of it, allows you to keep track of everything and just updating it regularly and keeping a good eye on it. Even if you haven't done your budget for a while, I find end of financial year is a really good time to sit down and kind of go, okay, what have we actually spent? And, work out your plan for the next financial year.
Awesome.
Fantastic.
Great tip.
Okay.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Courtney.
Bye.